seems to be a time-honored tradition in my channel. I've filmed many a little catch-up while having my lunch, but it has been quite a long time since I have seen you. Where have I been? What have I been doing? I have tried to film so many videos over the summer, over the last 6-7 months, however long it's been since I've last posted a video. I graduated in January. I got a new job. I'm now working full-time as an archivist, and I have really just spent this summer adjusting. My husband and I had to move. I have been trying to learn how to fit reading into these new pockets of time as I work a 9-to-5. So I thought, as my food cooled down a little bit, I have some chicken and rice and broccoli waiting for me, I thought I would just tell you what I'm reading currently and just catch up a little bit. So I'm not going to talk for too long because I'm very hungry and I would like to eat, and I'll talk more, I'll be talking a little bit more tonight. But I wanted to talk to you quickly about a book that I've been working on for a very long time because I have been suffering a reading slump. I feel like I always kind of go through a reading slump during like the spring and summer, but it was kind of exacerbated this year because of moving and changing all of my routines. And I think since reading for me at least is very habitual and it's very rooted in my habits and my routines and what I'm doing, and when all of that is kind of shaken up, I was just kind of figuring out where reading fit. So I feel like I've kind of got a lock on it now. I've been in my job for over 3 months, so I have been reading since like literally July 4th. It's the very end of August now. A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. This is actually a reread for me, and it is one of my favorite books of all time. It's one of my favorite classics, and I hadn't read it since I was probably in high school, and I was thinking about it. I've always said this is one of my favorites, but I needed to kind of refresh my memory and make sure it's still a favorite, and it is. I am on chapter 14. There's 20 chapters total, and this book is so funny. It is so witty. It is honestly, I think it's kind of known as a romance, and that's kind of how I had always thought of it and how I had always remembered it. In reading it many years after I had read it the last time, I probably read it when I was in high school, and I think that in being so excited about the romance, I hadn't fully understood some of the other things that are talked about in it, like discussions on class. And I think that E.M. Forster has, kind of created many, satirical little situations and has commented on class in a very funny way, and talking about Edwardian society at that time when this book takes place, kind of the, societal pressures and all of that good stuff. So it's not just a romance, there's other stuff woven in there too, and it's just so funny and witty, and I've been so enjoying it. And I'm really hoping to finish it this weekend. Today is a Friday, and if I can finish this book that I've been working on since July 4th, so the majority of the summer, then I will be very happy. The other book that I am listening to on audiobook that I will probably not finish today is Inkheart. I have less than 5 hours left on the audiobook, and this is such a fun middle grade. I'm a big middle grade fan. I think I've probably talked about that on this channel before, but this book was published, I think, in like the mid to late 2000s, so, or around there anyway. And I had always been aware of it when I was a kid, when I was in elementary school. I remember seeing it for sale at the Scholastic Book Fair. One of my favorite memories of all time is shopping at the Scholastic Book Fair. I remember seeing it there, and I remember seeing it at my library growing up, and I never picked it up. And I'm 27 years old, and this is the first time I'm reading it, and I'm really enjoying it. So I just wanted to give you that update. Maybe a little bit later I'll delve more into their plots, but I just wanted to catch up very briefly. I think what I want to do for my videos now that I'm working full time and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my hobbies like this, and I also started a Substack, which I will link down below to kind of house my writing for now. I wanted to kind of see how I could, you know, make these hobbies work while I work. And I think one of the ways I'm going to be able to do this is making shorter videos, probably not spending an awful lot of time on editing them and just trying to get them up, get them posted. And so, you know, I'm not a professional YouTuber, I'm not a professional blogger, so I hope that, you know, you do excuse whatever, you know, the rough editing I'm able to do in a somewhat short amount of time. I just really want to share about my reading. I really love posting videos. I love talking to people about books online. It's one of my favorite things. And because I kind of stopped using Instagram and that sort of social media, I think YouTube and Substack are two good ways to go about this. So I don't know, that's kind of a rambly way of me saying, you know, things have kind of changed, but I don't like not posting. So I'm gonna do what I can to be able to get videos out there. So if they're shorter, if they're a little bit rougher, I do apologize, but I hope you can excuse it and still, you know, talk with me about books. Tell me what you're reading. I would love to know. I would love to know what you're reading, what you've read this summer, what you've really enjoyed. Maybe a little bit later I'll talk about my fall TBR, since September starts tomorrow and I have some very grand ideas of what I want to read for somebody who's coming out of a reading slump. I have a lot of books on my fall TBR that I would love to tell you about. So I am going to eat. I am going to read. I'll either read this or I'll listen to more of Inkheart. I'm also pretty big into Sudoku right now, so I may do a little bit of that as well. But all right, that is it for now, and I will see you when I get home. All right, I am back. I am home. Maxwell and I had dinner not too long ago. I'll take my glasses off so you can't see the glare. But I am in my chair. You haven't really seen our new living space yet, but we have some very comfy, cozy chairs. Maybe I will show you our bookshelf situation that we have going on in our living room, but it's really the perfect place to read. And when I left work, I had, let me look. No, I can't look because I film on my phone. I've had about an hour and a half left of Inkheart, and you know, I think I'm just gonna finish it. I've been trying to save it to listen to while I'm at work, but tomorrow is the start of September, and honestly, I really want to be able to add it to my list of August books. I think it would be really nice to kind of top off the month of August in that way. And I do have a copy of the ebook on my Kindle here. So let me just scroll through and see if I can find it. I thought I got it. All right, I have it up. It says I am on chapter 54, page 487 out of 531. So I am getting very close to the end. So I think without further ado, I'm gonna finish this tonight, and then I will switch to a little bit of A Room with a View or a little bit of Sudoku. So, or just kind of a sampling of all of it. So I am probably gonna make some tea, maybe some lemon and ginger. My stomach's a little bit upset, or maybe I'll have a little bit of like a spice try situation. We'll see what works out. But I'm excited to have a cozy Friday night reading and just luxuriating in the fact that I have a whole weekend to hole up and read. I'm very excited about it. Okay, so here are our bookshelves, and as you can also see, I have a little book cart here. We have some clutter. Don't look at the clutter. But we have mostly our classics, some of my husband's fantasy books, and behind here you can see a little bit of Camus. I have some games and puzzles and things down there. Some of my husband's books there. I think I should make a YouTube video about all of these books. These are the books I've picked for the fall, for my fall TBR. We have some more classics here. And then we have our Oxford classics, our Penguin classics, Norton's, Barnes & Noble collections, and we have some mass markets, some plays, and all that good stuff. You can see some Jane Austen,